Hello everyone, Tim here from TS-Motorsport. Back with another video. Here at the race at the Slovakia ring, the World Touring Series. So yeah, I'm driving the Aston Martin Vantage, and yeah, this has been my first WTS race to date, because I missed the other two, which was a shame. But yeah, fresh start, new series, qualifying 25th of 34, which is, alright. I would have liked to be up a little further, but it's all very much a learning curve, and I'll just see how it goes. Not really setting myself a real goal here. Just trying to finish the race, 1.5 hours, which is a lot longer than I'm used to. Haven't done a race this long in competition form yet, so it's gonna be a new experience. So yeah, just see how everything goes, and mostly just try to learn from this race, pick up the things I do wrong and take with me the things I do right in this race for the next one. So yeah, I'll try to keep commentating as much as I can, although it takes up a little bit of concentration, so I'm honestly not sure how the quality will be and whether I can actually pull it off to keep on commentating all the way, but we'll just find out, I guess. So yeah, the Aston Martin, I heard from people that it's the fastest car. To be honest, I'm not really in a position to be able to comment on that, because, well, mainly I haven't extracted the most out of the setup yet, and out of my driving style as well. Like, I know I can get faster, and I know that I need to improve my setup to really step up the game. But until now, hasn't happened yet. Didn't really have enough time to really delve deep into the setup, and then we're at the Slovakia ring, which, I mean, for this week I haven't driven here yet. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of the circuit, mainly because I think it's a bit boring and a bit awkward at places. A lot of long sweeping corners with a bit of a weird apex to them, sometimes not really an apex, and then really difficult to set up your car, I think. Yeah, I had some trouble with that, and I still have some trouble with that. Like, it's still very much not in the right place right now. So yeah, here in the warm-up, just a few more minutes before the race starts. Qualified 25th, so yeah, game plan for the race is pretty much just keep the pace, stay as consistent as you can, and then hope for mistakes ahead of you. I know I can be rather consistent, so I just have to drive my own race and make any mistakes. Make sure to not take the risks you would normally do in a sprint race, just to make up some positions. Just go along with the flow, keep your momentum, keep your rhythm, and then we'll go from there. See how far we can end up in the race. To be honest, just finishing it would be yeah, from my part, I think a good result. I'm not really sure what the tires will do. I'm not really sure what the fuel will do, because it's my first race in the WTS. So yeah, it's gonna be a learning curve, to be honest. I am getting more familiar with the Aston, and to be honest, I really quite like driving it. but extracting the most out of it is hard and takes a lot of time and training and effort. So there's some gains to be had there. See if we can go for a cheeky pit stop just to try it out. Pit entry is easy, but you do need to brake a lot because the limit is 80, and then yeah, because it's so short, the entrance, it's easy to go too quick. So yeah, we'll see. The amount of fuel, I think, should be alright. It's bound to change, I can imagine, during the race. If I find that I need a little bit more, a little bit less fuel. Starting off at the medium tires, to be honest, just because I don't think I can keep the softs running for long enough. And then in the pit stop, I'm gonna decide whether I pit for tires or not. I haven't really decided on that yet. Alright, so need to keep in mind that I do have a shared pit box, so that yeah, need to keep that in mind. Yeah, let's go to the grid, get ready for the race. 90 minutes, that's a long one. For now, I'm gonna set them on soft and see how it goes. If I find out that I can do a zero tire change, I can do that. I can always change that, but for now I'll try to yeah, make this work, and if I need a bit for softs I can, if I don't I can as well. So I think with the fuel I can do about 29 laps just on this first stint. Taking a little while to get rolling. Come on down, Nathan. You're right. So single file rolling start on the pit limiter until turn 1, just like the regular starts at the SimRacing-GP. And yeah, then we're gonna go off, I think about 43. I mean, low in the 40s in terms of laps. I would complete 90 minutes. It's about 2 minutes and 5 seconds, about that long for one lap. So yeah, off the pit limiter, and here we go for 90 minutes. Keep it cold tires, don't make any silly mistakes, just slot in, get consistent, get your rhythm. Settle down in the race and work from there up. My fuel gauge isn't working for some reason. I had some other guys tell me that theirs wasn't as well, so that's a bit odd. Not sure what that's all about. It's a bit annoying. It means I'm not 100% sure on how much fuel I use per lap, so I'll just have to kind of guesstimate, and then during the race, I hope it works in the race. Like if we go for a lap right now, first lap, see how the fuel is, and then the second lap as well, and then I can also look at the difference if I don't get any data from that. Someone going off there, it's always a trouble with cold tires. You need to be really careful because understeer is your worst enemy there.
That lap was a 2:38.44.
So it's about 4 liters a lap, I think, judging by the amount of fuel I have left. Which means I can get about, yeah, higher 20s in terms of laps. I'm quite flexible in that respect. Do need to keep in mind that I'm sharing the pit box with someone, so if he's in the pits I need to make sure I check the someone off as well there. Whoa, that's a big one. Trying to just manage to fit through there, gain a few positions. That's good. That's what I meant. So not really going full blasting through, but just keeping it constant, keeping it consistent, and then make up some positions that way, because people tend to fight and make mistakes. That's what I meant. And we'll work from there. It's a bit of a pack up front there. See if we can get to the back of them. Quite a big field, 34 cars, so that's always fun to see a crowded race. I mean, a race with only a few contestants is not really fun.
That was a 2:06.10.
Yeah, so still no fuel. It's about 4 liters a lap, so that means I know what to work with. So yeah, I'm gonna bid around lap 27 or something like that, 28 maybe, and then work my way up from there. I'll say I'm getting a bit too cautious now. Pick up the pace a bit because I'm falling behind on the guy ahead quite a bit. Like I said, where I'm really losing out right now is setup. Yeah, that's just really not in a good spot right now. Not nearly as good as it can be. As you can see, Van Man is kind of closing up and the guy ahead is getting away from me now. To be honest, I'm trying not to let it take away my confidence now. Just drive your own race and see how it will end up, I guess. Stick to the plan. Keep it a bit cautious. And just finish the race. It's also a big test of your concentration. I mean, you're gonna need to concentrate for 90 minutes. It's certainly not easy.
That was a 2:05.09.
I'm really used to. It's a bit wide through there. It's the apex. especially this corner is a bit awkward for me. Like the end of the corner mainly, and that's also very much a corner where I'm missing out on the setup quite a lot. A bit wide there. I could have ended up horribly. But yeah, so that corner is a bit weird because the apex just comes later than, like, the flow of that corner is just really odd, and I can't really get my head around that. And in terms of the setup, I lose out a lot there, I think. I just can't keep the pace through that corner as much as I want and need to. Guys ahead starting to get together, which is a good thing for me, because that means them fighting means I can get on to the back of them a little better. As you can see, they currently have a little more pace. They get away by quite a margin. Yes, mainly the fast flowing corners where I lose out a lot, especially seeing
That was a
the guy behind me.
2:05.76.
That's where he kind of comes closer, and the guys ahead of me trying to get away from me a bit. Someone crashed or got away because I gained another position for some reason. Don't really know why. I haven't seen him on the side of the road. We'll have to check the replay for that, I think. Oh, he left the race, okay. Probably had an incident, I guess. I'm getting close now. Don't let it get me out of my concentration. Focus on my laps. Yellow flags up ahead. That is always an interesting situation, because that means someone went off or went wide, or brings opportunities to me. Quite a few guys leaving right now. Not really sure what happened there. Maybe a crash, or maybe their PC had some issues, or not sure. That just keeps happening, I mean, I ain't complaining.
That lap was a 2:05.99.
Into the 2:05 still. I'd like to be a little bit quicker, but it's currently not really in right now. Not really sure why. But again, it's a long race. Maybe the pace will come to us later on. Could always happen. Just that van man behind me is actually rather quick. I think that's the guy that crashed earlier, or at least got off in the grass. So yeah, probably qualified ahead of me as well. So it's not really that odd that he is gaining on me again. That's what should happen, at least. That's a little slow thing there. Gain again. That's the thing with someone behind you, you have to focus on different things at once. Like, you need to have a good corner, but on the other hand, you need to look at what the guy behind you is doing. See if you're not mounting attack or yeah, does something weird. So that's always a bit of a tricky situation.
That was a
I think the
2:06.18.
tyres are holding up quite well. I might not even need to change the tyres altogether. That would be nice. At least there's some time left in the pit stops. Like people that do change tyres, that cost them a lot in pit stops. Someone else joining the fight behind me. Don't know who that is, but he seems to be quick. Caught up with us. That's too wide. Yeah, that's a mistake on my part. Alright, be cautious, be cautious. Someone behind me? No. Alright. Back on track. Okay. Honest mistake, that's a shame. But nothing major. We'll just slot back in, concentrate on our race, try to get back into the rhythm. Not much lost. Those guys were gonna keep up with me and maybe even overtake me, I think. Anyway, so I'm not too bothered with that. And the guy behind me is really very close, so not much lost. There's some really easy
That
to
lap
make
was a
mistakes.
2:10.20.
Watch out for those. At least it wasn't a full-fledged spin. It was just a little trip through the gravel. Not too bad. Managed to keep it under control quite well. The thing is, when you have a moment like that, getting into the gravel, you just really have to make sure you don't press the throttle at all, or to be honest, just only a little bit, just to keep the car rolling. But if you press the throttle too much, you spin so easily there in the gravel. I kept the momentum going a bit, which helped me get back onto the track quite easily and quickly. Some shadow there, I don't know what happened there, maybe some kind of glitch. That's weird. But yeah, so those, when you make a mistake like that, it's just really important not to lose focus and just focus on not being or not getting out of your concentration, making sure that the time you lose is as little as possible, even though you've made a mistake and even though you're off the track. You have to minimize that time loss. I did see that I overtook someone again. I think someone crashed, or yeah, someone left, I think. Maybe that was the shadow, I'm not sure. Maybe his car was still kind of on track, even though he went back into the pits. That might have happened, I'm not sure. Don't care, to be honest, because gaining position.
That
It's
was
always
a
good.
2:06.26.
So yeah, kind of getting away from the guy behind me, so that's good. That's good to see. That's what I want. And kind of sticking onto the back of Van Man, I guess, a bit. So yeah, just need to keep this up, I think, and then we'll have a good race. Not making too many errors. Not many like the ones I did earlier. Now we should be good. In terms of fuel, we can go for a little while longer. We're on lap 9, so we've got a few more laps to go. Almost a quarter in, I think. Yeah, almost a quarter. Tires are holding up quite well. Maybe should have gone for the softs. Maybe that could have pulled them off. I just wasn't sure, and I just went for the safer bet. Yeah. Which is sometimes just, especially in a race where you're not as confident yet, I think going for the safer bet is just a good idea. Ben Borg behind me. I think Ben Borg is quite quick, and he overtook the guy behind me as well, so need to check on that delta, see if he gets much closer quickly. Don't know if he qualified just badly or not at all, but I know that he actually, I mean, in terms of the practice times, he was quicker than me, so he should be ahead of me, I think. But then again, not sure what happened. Don't know what his perspective.
That lap was a 2:06.40.
Turn in a little later there. Just kind of just not really getting the flow of that corner right, I think. At least that's what it feels like. It's the same thing with this one, like I kind of get pushed away from the apex more than I would have liked. But yeah. This is very much the trickiest section. Like you can easily make a mistake there, get wide or get onto the grass a bit, and then you're just losing a lot of time. Yeah, there we go. Ben is really reeling us in right now. That also wasn't my best sector. Yellow flags up ahead. Need to watch out because it's very much a blind corner. Someone spun off there, so you're gonna meet another position. It is good. It's good to see. 20th. That's what I meant. Just be as consistent as you can, and that can really open up your race and your chances, I think. Even though I'm a little off the pace compared to the guys ahead. Or they might be quicker, but when I'm more consistent and don't make that many mistakes, I mean, I still get ahead of them. Like the mistake the guy did there, like he was really up in the gravel traps. That's going to lose you so many positions. Yeah, Ben is really reeling us in. He's going to fly past us in a little while, I think. Which is fine. I mean, I'm probably not going to fight him too hard. I mean, those for position, it's just a bit of a risk, and I mean we're driving 20th, so 20th or 21st is really an important difference. So I'm not going to risk my race on that, I think. Especially considering he is faster anyway. that would ruin my race and his race, so not really much gaining there. Important to keep as much speed in this corner as you can. Ben is like seconds faster than us two, me and Van Man. Kind of keeping up with him quite well, so that's good. It's good to see. Especially when I was driving ahead of him, I thought, like, yeah, he was a bit quicker than me, but seemed to have picked up the pace, or he lost a bit of pace, one of the two, so that I can kind of keep up with him a little. So yeah, I think about a quarter of the way into the race right now. Not really that eventful, but to be honest, it's kind of what I was gunning for. It's kind of what I was wanting. So that's good.
That was a 2:06.20.
2:06 are a little slower than I would have liked, but they are quite consistent. Like I'm consistently getting into 2:06, so that's, I guess, good to see. It's just that I'd like it, yeah, 2:05s would be preferable right now. A bit white there. Keep it within the track limits. Yeah, there's Ben again. So yeah, he's gonna really fly. He's on the rush. Oh, the grass there. That wall on the left is really dangerous. Like if you go a little wide there, you'll end up there and just get the biggest of smacks. And yeah, you have damage, and it might actually be a race over if you really hit that. So yeah, gotta watch out for that. Oh. Ben, I think Ben had a little bit of a moment. Someone going off there. Keep your concentration, Tim. He came out in a bit of a hairy spot. Oh, he's actually letting me past. That's look, so okay, so there's a back mark onto the grass a bit. Gotta watch out for that. It's not really a position where you want that to happen. I think that's a back. Yeah, it's a back mark. Okay. Alright, concentration phase again. There's enough playing around. It's a shame for him. Bit of a moment, I think. So be smart enough not to fight me. Whoa, Van Man. Getting it all wrong. That's going to lose him time. It's going to get me a position. Again. Strategy kind of playing in my
That was a
my hands right now.
2:07.90.
So it's 19. That's a bit wide. Steered in too late. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Lost a bit of time there. That's a good one. Good run. I think. I just don't feel really quick through that corner. And it's just very much a setup thing. Like, the car just feels a bit awkward there. It's a shame, and it's not really something I can change right now. Ah, the shadow is a helicopter. That makes sense. Okay. I think the guy ahead made a little mistake as well, because he's closer again. Yeah, Ben is really in right now, which is fine. The back marker is tugging along. It's probably on the same pace as me, or maybe a little quicker, but when you make a few big mistakes, like you become a backmarker really easily. Like you lose so much time. Do you feel that
That was a 2:06.40.
knocked down, I guess. That's good. That's alright. Not sure about the tires anymore because I think they're kind of falling off a bit. Yellow flags. Got some cones here. Whoa! That's getting me some positions. Whoa, I felt that cone. Note to self, don't drive over any cones because, Christ, that got me scared a little. Okay, so Ben, right behind me right now. Thought he would go for the move. Oh, a bit of a moment there. So I was counting on him a bit, but he didn't, so going now? No, I'm kind of taking a bit of a defensive line, not too defensive, but just a bit. Caesar, I think, lost a bit of time there to me. He's quite close. I like his skin. He's got like the official Aston Martin WEC livery, which I really like. Such a cool livery.
That was a 2:06.93.
So yeah, lap 14, 17th place, gained a lot of positions because people were fighting and getting tangled up, and me just being, well, just driving around. Not much in terms of fighting and losing time, not many mistakes, so yeah, I think Ben's going to go for a move there. I'm not going to defend that. Just going to slot behind him. I think it's the best option. See if we can follow him around a bit. Ooh, actually going quite sideways there. Yeah, it's just same thing as last time. Again, just keeping on, keep tugging along. Didn't lose that much time, luckily, but pretty much the same thing. And it's just mainly because I was concentrating on Ben a bit too much, and that's something I do often. If something happens, like if someone crashes ahead of me, or yeah, something like this happens, like I tend to get pulled out of my concentration a bit, and that's makes me do these small errors. So yeah, that's just something I need to learn to get better at, I think. Yeah, Ben is just that much quicker than me. Like, I'm not gonna win anything by fighting him hard. He's gonna overtake me anyway, like he's got so much overspeed. And the tyres doing 85%.
9.87.
About halfway through my fuel. So yeah, I think about lap 27, 28, 29 maybe, I can pull off a quick pit stop. I'm gonna have to see how my tyres will be doing then. Yeah, I'm still hoping I can pull the no tyre change. Not sure yet. I'm gonna have to see then. I think I should be alright. I'm just not really sure how these tyres fall off the cliff. I haven't had experience with that yet. Like in the Apex Rookie League and in the current US F17 Rookie League, like the tyres don't really fall off any cliffs or anything. They're just a little slower. So I'm kind of feeling that right now. So there's just a little less grip, which is, well, to be expected, of course. But I'm just not really sure how it's going to be when they're actually low on wear, or high on wear. If we get to like the 60s and the 50s, like, are they still going to be as good? Or is it still possible to drive them well? Kind of losing a bit on tennis again. That might also be someone that we overtook because of
That
the
was a
crashes.
2:06.44.
I really don't like those bumps. Like, they're so artificial. And that's the thing that I think characterizes this track, but it's just, yeah, I think it's a bit lame. Just man-made hills, like little bumps. I think it's just weird how they just placed there, especially in GT3 cars. Like, you kind of get some, well, almost some air. I mean, I'm in a sim, so I'm not really feeling much.
That was a
I can imagine for drivers that would be
2:06.62.
awful. Someone got a penalty. Someone into the pits as well. Guido. That's, I think, the leader. Or at least he's somewhere up front. Because Guido, yeah, especially in the practice, he was really quick, so I think he should be up front. I'm not sure where he qualified. Look at that. So he went for a pit stop, so that means he did a short first stint. Maybe does that to get some clean air. Which is fair play, like that would be a good strategy, I think. It's a bit of a risk, like you can also get into traffic which are back markers, or at least people that are a lot slower than you. So it's not always worth the risk, but you never know if you don't try. Being as far back as I am, I don't think that strategy is really beneficial for me, so just not bothered with it. Another yellow flag.
The lap was a 2:06.63.
I don't like the fact that I can't see the time left. I'm not really sure how long there's left in that. I'm not sure if it's because of my UI. But it's just something I would like to see, because that kind of plans into my strategy, and because I'm not 100% sure on everything yet, I'd like to be able to see that. Dan has made a mistake behind me. Already went into the pits, but I think it was a mistake, because 13 seconds not really the time you can get when driving into the pits, so it often takes longer. So that's good. That also does mean that I've got a big gap behind me, because nobody overtook Dennis. So that's, yeah, I think good. Like Guido is really pulling away. Like he's just, yeah. He's just got too much pace for me to keep up with. Good setup. I think I'm gonna ask him, or maybe Team on Rolls-Royce, what they do in setup wise, how I can improve, how I can, yeah, change car handles and everything. Sorry. That's always a scary moment, having to sneeze in the middle of a corner. It went alright, I guess.
The lap was a 2:06.62.
Still driving really consistent, I think, because I'm constantly getting 206 point, yeah, mid 206s, so that's good, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's realistic to be wanting a little quicker times, because I feel like I'm racing, well, not at the top of my game, but yeah, it's going fairly well, so don't think it's really that realistic to be wanting that much more in terms of lap times. Just fine, I mean, that's the way it is. Like, again, this is very much a learning race for me, so yeah, I'll just see what my pace is this race, see what I did wrong, what I did right, and take it from there, learn from that, and improve in every way possible, and that way maybe yeah, get a higher position next race. So it's gonna be less than 10 laps till we have to pit. So yeah, I'm just gonna pit, I think, in lap 20, well, between 28 and 29, I think. That's gonna be my pit window. That means I've got about 14 laps till the end, I think, if my calculations are right. So 14 times 4, that would be about, well,
The lap
a
was
little
a
less than 60 liters, so I got
2:06.87.
65 set at my pit stop, so I think I'll just keep with that, just to be safe. I'm not really in the mood for taking big risks. Again, Dennis is kind of getting closer to me, but we've also seen that he's not that consistent, makes a bit of a mistake often, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Just driving my own race, keeping my eyes on it, but nothing really to be worried about right now. Been driving alone for quite a while, which says two things. Which says you're slower than the guys ahead by quite a bit, so that's something you need to work on. But it also says that the guys behind you are slower or less consistent, so that's something to yeah, to get confidence out of, because I mean, I'm 18th right now, 34, which is something I honestly didn't expect with the qualification time of 25th. So gained quite a few positions right now. Hopefully I can keep it up like this, keep those positions. Maybe someone else crashes in the foreseeable future. That'd be good. Did someone think? Well, it'd be weird if Guido goes to the pits. Someone else probably did. Oh no, I just overtook someone. Okay, someone crashed, I guess. Didn't see a yellow flag or anything, so he might have just gone back into the pits, pressed escape right then. Alright, so again, a moment like that,
The lap was a
where I kind of lost my
2:06.68.
concentration a little. Okay, and there's a little cruise in the pits right now. I overtook that one, but I still need to pit, so that's not really a real overtake. Do have to keep, or at least get used to pitching again, because well, I drove the Apex series, of course, and yeah, it's a pit there, so I kind of got used to it there. And then we went over to the USF 17, in which I don't pit at all. So yeah, you kind of get your mindset back to it. I like it better when there is a pit stop, because it just gets a bit more technical, and you need to be mindful of what you do, what your tires do, what your fuel does. And I think it's a bit more realistic and a bit, yeah, it's well, it brings more to the table, I think. Like USF 17 is nice because you can just jump in, be quick, have a nice race for half an hour. But this just requires a lot more thought, a lot more skill, a lot more driving skill. Yeah, Nesta really getting close now. He is getting a bit of dirty air from me, of course, so it's not always that easy to overtake someone just like that. Yeah, he's gonna go for the move. I think I'm just gonna let him not compromise my run too much and just slot in behind him. I think, yeah, it's the best bet. Otherwise we'll just lose me a lot of time if I
The lap was a
really defended
2:06.62.
particularly hard. Few drive-through penalties, probably. Yeah, people that just went over the speed limit and or the SimRacing-GP just kind of allows it. Like it's not like you can drive with 200 miles an hour into the pits and not really worry about pit limiter, but if you overshoot it by a few kilometers, like it would just ruin the race if everyone just did that. I mean, we're not professional esporters or drivers, so it's a bit harsh to get like a drive-through penalty because you went over the pit limits a few kph too much. I do feel my tires getting a little bit wafty, I think. Like there's less feeling in the steering wheel. So I think I'll just bid for the soft just to be sure. Not sure what the rest does in terms of pit stops, but we'll find out after the race. I think I'll look into that. Yeah, I'll just stop for the softs. Because otherwise there's a risk of me sliding down or spinning out because of the tires, and I'm not really
That
willing
lap
to take
was a
that risk.
2:06.92.
Still into the 206s, higher into the 206 right now. So 26 liters right now. A few more laps before the pit window. I have to say I forgot the one that is in my pit stall. The name, please. So I'm not really sure if you pitted already or not. I think you get a notification if someone's in your pit stall at the moment. So maybe he hasn't pitted yet, or maybe he crashed out. That is also an option because quite a few people crashed out. So that wouldn't. Yeah, so that wouldn't surprise me too much. Oh, that's wide. Yeah. They're getting close now. Hopefully they don't overtake through here because this is not an overtaking corner. Probably do it here. Yeah, just come past. Just let them pass, I think. Still here, please don't. Okay. Yeah, that wasn't the nicest overtake, and I kind of just let them pass just to not ruin my race too much. I mean, defending would just really bring the risk, and it's not the strategy I'm on right now. For now, it's working out quite well, I think. So yeah, we got
That was a 2:08.52.
5 more laps until the pit window, and that works out right. Just short of another lap from there, so yeah, should be right. Yeah, and I think I'll just switch for the softs, I guess. Or maybe just. Actually, I think I might just keep them on. Just try it out, just to learn how the tires work when they're off the cliff. Who's behind me? Jay Brown? No, it's a back marker, I think. Yeah, it should be a back marker. Don't know who that is. Might be a quick. Oh no, it's oh, we're getting lapped. Okay. So yeah, it's one of the guys from GOT Racing. I thought I saw that livery, and I was wondering, like, it had to be one of the quick guys or a back marker. Someone crashed, but I mean, those guys are the quick guys. So another yellow flag. Something happened up here. Still yellow. So yeah, someone crashed. That's another position for me. So still in 12th place. That's not really. 11th even. So that's not really representative. Like, I still need to bid, but we'll see where we end up. Like, that's the thing with a strategy like this. So if you go long and go a little conservative, that often means that for a lot of the race you don't really know where you're at. We're actually in the top 10 right now. Not that it says anything, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, you end up in a certain position and you're not really sure where you end up. You know where you start quite far at the back, but from there on a lot of things can happen. As you can see, like, people crash, people have moments because they're pushing more than I am. So yeah, happy days. I think we're doing quite well. Feeling confident. Like, for now, I'm very much just consistent and driving quite alright. Like, few little moments, but nothing major, and I haven't lost much because of that. So yeah, 2 more laps I think, and then we'll go for a nice pit stop, and I'll keep the mediums on, I think. They still feel alright. Like, they don't feel particularly slow. Not much slower than they were feeling like 10 or maybe even 15 laps ago. Like, they're a little more skatey, but I still have the grip and I still have the confidence in them, so I think I'll just keep them on for now.
The lap was a 2.
Might be a mistake, but
6.57.
we'll find that out eventually. We're here to learn, and we're here to experience how this is kind of driving these races. So not too bothered. I see the skid marks there. Someone really went off there. Oh, braking board's been collected. That's always a bit of a bad habit of me. Like, I tend to use the braking boards as well, my braking points, which are what they're intended for, but that can also really shoot you in the foot, because well, people tend to run them over and then you lose your braking point, which is something you really don't want. So you need to adapt to that, and it's better to grab braking points that are not represented by the braking boards. So it's better to, like, get a line on the track, or get a certain curbstone or a certain wall or something like that. So H-Sun is also one of the leaders, clapping me, I think. Maybe he hasn't bid it yet, which means they're going long as well. I've got blue flags right now, but It's not like I'm not gonna brake for him. Like, oh yeah, I even got a drive-through penalty because of that. I was actually going to the pits.
That was a 2:06.63.
Nice, we can. Yeah. Someone coming out of the pits. Okay, it's getting good. It's alright. So just one more lap after this one, and then I'm gonna go into the pits. Tires are holding up well. Ooh, I forgot to shift that. That's something you ideally want to do there. Shared pit box now clear, so that's good. The one that has my pit box as well is luckily just pitted. I'll just slot behind H-Sun, like it's not like I'm gonna be able to fight with him again. Getting a bit busy behind me now. Could choose to go into the pits now, just to get clear of the quicker guys, not getting into their way and them not getting into my way, but I think I'll just continue along for another lap. I'll let it pass. Here we go. Got a nice livery. There he goes. I braked a little early. Not losing too much time, and just let him go. So, one more lap to the pit stop. Try not to forget that I need to pit. I have forgotten once that I needed to pit. So
7.70.
No change to the tires, request a pit stop. Now for a good in lap. Shared pit box clear, so that's good. Ooh, got that all wrong. That cost me time. Guy behind me is a back marker. He's quicker. So that's always a bit of a hairy situation because, well, I'm not obliged to let him pass. If he passes me, he's in a bit of a tight spot because he has to kind of give me the position, but he's faster than me, so that's always a bit of a weird thing. I'm gonna head into the pits anyway, so he won't be too bothered with me, hopefully. Right, getting into the pits. Actually managed to stay under
The
the
lap was a
speed limit, so that's good.
2:11.56.
20-second pit stop. That's actually not too bad. Thought it would be longer. All right, there we go. a long pits exit. Like the entry is really short and then the exit is really long, so it's a bit of a weird dynamic. So there's no one's heading onto the track. There's no one heading onto the track, so that's good. And yeah, just have to get back into the rhythm again and just drive my race. Get to the end right now. Still in a good position, so yeah, happy days I think for now. Let's hope the tires can hold up. I think they're able to, but still think it's a bit of a, like I'm still not 100% sure if it works. I'm actually not sure at all, so just have to find out, I guess. Oh, Guido stopped. That's a shame. Like, I think he was really one of the quicker guys. It's a shame for him. Don't know if we overtake him because of that or not. He was one of the quicker guys, so I can imagine him being ahead of me, but he could also have had some issues earlier in the race, so that he was already behind me. That's a possibility as well. I'm just not sure. We'll probably find out if we pass him, or at least pass the pits right now. He's in there. Was ahead of me. That means we'll be in a position, but I don't think so.
That was a 2:47.27.
He was already behind me. A lot of people getting drive-through penalties. It is difficult to really pull that one off. Like I pulled it off, but again I was kind of being conservative, which is what other people might not do. So yeah, that brings up the discussion, like, should you remove the penalties or should you just keep them in place? Because, well, the penalties are there to enforce everyone to not speed in the pit lane, which is yeah, pretty much what you don't want to do. It's a rule. But like the drive-through penalty is pretty much the lowest penalty you can get here in R Factor, and getting a drive-through penalty just because you went over the limit a few kilometers an hour, like that's harsh. Like that destroys your race completely. So look, if there was like a 5-second penalty system here in R Factor, like that would have been better, I think. Then I would have agreed with yeah, people getting penalties, because yeah, you're going too quick where you're not allowed to go too quick. So yeah, that just should be a penalty, I think. But because of R Factor having only the drive-through as the harshest penalty like that,
that was a 2:06.51.
that's a lot. Like, just destroys your race, and I don't think that's what we should be aiming for. Like, that's not good. Especially if you can see how many people do make that honest. It's often just an honest mistake. Like, I can't see anyone really doing that to get an advantage, because to be honest, the advantage isn't really that big, especially if you're not really speeding too much. Like, if you really speed, like go like 200 kilometers an hour in the pits, yeah, of course you'll gain time. But if you just do it by like 2 or 3 kilometers an hour just for a brief moment, like you're not really gaining anything, so that's often just an honest mistake. And yeah, it's not really going for any prizes here, so it's very much an amateur competition. So if it was a professional esports league, yeah, but it should be alright. That's the thing with all the blue flags a little while ago, don't know if you remember, but I actually got a drive-through penalty for that, just because the blue flags get waved quite early here, and the guy behind me that I needed to let go wasn't that quick getting to me. So I was just driving my race and not really letting him go past, but I didn't really need to let him go past because he wasn't there yet. And then the game just sees that as me holding him up and giving me a drive-through penalty, which is also a very harsh decision anyway. And then it wasn't even fair because, well, I wasn't holding him up. He was not on my back yet. I mean, it would have.
That was a 2-0.
I would let him pass if he was on my back, but he wasn't yet. So that's not me being unsportsmanlike. That's just how the race goes. So that's again a penalty that then gets taken away, which I think is fair. And like the organization in this league is really good for, well, it's an amateur league, and community is good. The guys running it are really good, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And it brought me into the sim racing, like the competition sim racing. Like I was already doing sim racing, but not against other people. And I'm just really hooked onto it right now. Like I really like it. Learning a lot from it. Yeah, the tires feel like they're going off a little more than before the pit stop, but that's to be expected. I just have to drive around that, be a little more cautious. Jay Brown is kind of gaining on me. Which is fine. I mean, if he is, like, then he's faster than me because I'm not really making any mistakes. I'm just driving my race, and this is my pace. So if he's faster and he's coming closer to me, like, that's fair game.
The lap was a 2:07.28.
If I was going to push right now with these old tires and with, well, not the most confidence in this track and in this car yet, like that would just ruin the race. And my strategy, which has very much worked right now, so up until this point at least, so I'm just gonna stick to it. Seems to work alright. Like, I'm not winning the race, but I was never gonna. I'm not on that pace yet. So then, when you're not on the pace, it's sometimes good to just, yeah, maximize in terms of points and make sure you have a clean, good race, and that way you can gain quite a bit of positions, as you can see, just by doing your own thing, not getting tangled up, not taking risks that you shouldn't take. Especially in this corner, I can feel the tires really being shot, or at least not as grippy anymore. And this one as well, like the turning is not as sharp anymore. Force feedback is kind of going away from me because there's just like less grip and less, or the tires are less grippy. So that means I'm not feeling as much in the steering wheel anymore. It's kind of sliding around a little more than I was earlier. Off of smoke there. Nick having a bit of a mistake, I think. Yeah, it's closer to me.
That
right
was
now.
a 2:06.50.
Maybe if we get lucky and he gets another mistake, like I gain a position. Oh, he's onto the grass again, so that might not even be that much of a fantasy. So Jay Brown is really gaining on me. Took him longer than I expected, to be honest. But yeah, he is gaining on me. It's not too many laps. I haven't seen any timings or anything. How long there's still left to go? I can imagine just about, I think about 9 laps. Oh, someone off there. Is that a position? It is. 15. Oh, that was that Nick. Ah, there you go. Oh. There was a hope that he would make a mistake, and there he goes. That's the thing, like, if you make a mistake, it's really easy to lose confidence in the car and in yourself, and then when you're not confident in this track, it bites back. So yeah, that's a placed game. I'll
That
take
was a
it.
2:06.51.
Again, I would like to know how long there's still left to go. I'm not sure right now, and in terms of fuel and stuff and tire wear, like I would like to know just to be sure. Like I'm just a bit uncertain right now, and I don't like that. I like to be sure. I like to be sure of my stuff, which I'm not right now. But we'll just drive along. Eventually the checkered flag will come to us. Ooh, a bit sideways there. A bit eager on throttle. Gives me a bit of time, but nothing major. Yeah, so to drive cautiously, it takes a mindset, and it's mainly controlled by your right foot. Like, it's just about not being too eager on the throttle, and yeah, just feel the car, and then try not to take any curbs too hard or wrongly or anything. Because if you do, like, that can really unsettle the car, and if you unsettle the car like that, it can really ruin a race. Jay Brown getting a bit further back now. I'm not really going any quicker than I was, so he might have made a mistake, I think. Yeah, so that corner I need to be a little more cautious on the throttle because I have less grip, so I can't go on the throttle as early as I could. Beginning of the race. Still, this corner is like I think the tricky is like it's just a long sweeping corner where you have to brake while turning, which is always a hard thing to do. Whoa, I got a bit hairy. Like, I was feeling quite confident in that corner, and then again I just understeered almost off. That's, yeah, that's just with the tires, like they're short right now. Still no idea in terms of time. The only thing I have right now is the amount of laps, which I calculated myself, so I'm not 100% sure if that was correct.
That lap was a 2:06.51.
If my calculations are correct, there will be about 6 more laps. Maybe 5 because the leaders having more pace and actually overtaking me. So I'll probably end the race a lap earlier. Someone off again. Whoa. Don't come onto the racing line, please, thank you. That was a back marker, that's a shame. 10 minutes remaining, alright. So that would be, well, about 5 laps, yeah. 5 or 6, okay. Calculations were quite right then. Another yellow flag. Why is that? Someone literally on the racing line. That is for position, so that's good. It's a nice Aston Martin, a nice livery. So again, another position gained. This is going really well, guys. Like a lot better than I expected it to go. Especially after the practice this week already, and then the qualification. It just wasn't going my way. I just couldn't get close to like the quick times, which frustrated me, and yeah, I was really not confident in the race in terms of the positions I could gain, and yeah, already like if you have the practice and you're not really confident in the track and in the car and in your setup, it plays with your mind, and when you're not confident in the car, it's just, yeah, in your mind you're taking it easy, but then you're just making silly mistakes because you're going too slow, and that's something a bit counterintuitive. But if you go too slow, like, you lose out on grip, on tire temps, on pretty much everything. So that just costs you majorly if you're not confident, especially in the fast corner. Like if you're not confident in your steering and everything, you're like a corner like this. Like if you're not confident, you're braking a little, you're steering a bit jittery and not really with confidence. It gets really hard, and you can really make some big mistakes in those corners. So that's what I thought would happen. especially after the practice sessions and everything. I thought I didn't have the confidence and I didn't have the faith in the car and in myself to really pull off a good result. But up until this point, like, I'm not going to jinx it, or at least I hope so. But yeah, up until this point, like, it's going really well and I feel confident in the car. Like, the GT3s are normally not my forte. Like, normally formula cars and cars with downforce, or a lot of downforce, are where I'm the most skilled at, and GT3s are a little bit more sluggish and heavy and big, and that takes a different driving style, which might not be perfect for me, but for now it's looking really good. And yeah, better than expected certainly, and yeah, feeling confident in the car, something I haven't felt yet in all the practice that I did this week, which wasn't too much, to be honest.
The lap was a 2:07.08.
Alright, so Jay Brown really getting close now. The only thing we can do right now is hope for a mistake on his part, so the difference builds up again. Yeah, we're just gonna have to focus on our race right now, getting it to the finish. That's what we need to do now. There, I had to get off the throttle a bit again on this piece, cutting it close there. Thought I would go off again there. That way Jay Brown got a little closer now. Kind of debating if I want to defend. Like, it's 5 more minutes, so like right there, because I was talking and not being concentrated. But it's 5 more minutes, so on the one hand it's not really long anymore. Yeah, it's going like no. I wasn't too focused on the defending, and I think even though it's just 5 more minutes, like, it's not worth taking the risk of really defending really hard, and I'm not really sure what the skill level of Jay is. So yeah, it's sometimes just best to let them go if they're quicker. He's also prone to making mistakes, so maybe I can put the pressure on a little bit. But then again, 14th or 15th, I'm happy with both.
7.63.
And if we can, yeah, just keep with him, surely but steadily, like, you won't hear me complain, and that helps my chances of retaining this position. I do see the slipstream is a little stronger here with these cars compared to the USF 17. Like, it's pretty much non-existent there. Like, you really need to get close to, I think, in about within half a second, then you're really feeling the slipstream. But here, like, I was almost a second away from him. I was still getting the slipstream, so it's good to know. Yeah, it's just got a little bit more pace. But then again, he's also a little bit more prone to mistakes, so that might be still on the table. A small mistake. The guy behind me is gaining on me a bit, which worries me a little. I mean, it's not long anymore, like a few more laps, like 2 or 3, I think. But the way he's gaining on me, I might not be able to hold him off. which would be a shame. Again, 16th is still a good result, but preferably 15th, of course.
That lap was a 2:06.15.
Again, still very much consistent in terms of pace. Still 2:06 low. So yeah, that's nice to see. Oh, that Den is really getting close now. He's really going in. Or is it Dennis? Might be Dennis. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's already closing my mirrors. Can I keep him off me? I don't think so. Even though it's just 1 more minute. No. He's going for it. Please don't touch me. Yeah, I had to concede. I'm on the outside. Taking a very different line through there. Not sure if this is going to be the finish or if we're going to need to do one more lap.
That was a 2:07.71.
Has to go for one more. So 43 laps, I calculated that perfectly. Not in terms of fuel, because I'm not using as much fuel as I calculated, but yeah, okay, 43 laps. Let's hope we can keep this up. I have a small hope that they tangle up as well, like Jay Brown and Dennis. Just in the last lap. If they're smart, they won't, but they might. They are getting close now. No, I don't think that'll happen. There's just not much time left. Alright, so last sector. They are going side by side now. Is something going to happen? It would be really funny if I can prey on that. Nah, they're keeping it clean. That's nice. Well done. Well done, guys. There we go. 25th up till 16th. Ah, that's really good. Like I'm really content with that. Really didn't expect that to happen. Like I said, like didn't have the confidence going into this race, but well, it just continuously improved my confidence, and yeah, it's really good. I like that one. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Like 1.5 hours. Literally really long. It's yeah, it's a workout. It's cool. I like it. I really do like it. Great result. It's a shame Sander couldn't be here. But yeah, that way I can do an English commentary as well again. Boy, someone really crashed there. Oh, cool sound. Well done to the winners. I think those are the winners. Well done everyone. Well done. Good race, good race. I like that one. It's clean. For me at least. For a bit of banter. Okay. Alright, so from 25th all the way up to 16th it was just wow. That was a nice little roll to end things off. But yeah, really happy with that. Wasn't a very eventful race, but yeah, with the strategy and all, this being my first race, yeah, I'm really content with that. Happy days, like, yeah. Another, yeah, again, congrats to the winners, Georgie, Christian, and then Ernest. Well done, yeah, good race. Is Georgie running my livery? No, he isn't. It's weird. Looked like that. But yeah, this has been Tim for TS Motorsports. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's been a long one, but yeah, it's been a long race, and I think a good race. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any tips, any comments, any recommendations, or things you liked or disliked, yeah, just post them in the comments. Yeah, interested to see your opinions and everything. Thank you for watching. See you guys here on TS Motorsports. See you in the next race. Goodbye.